The MSI CLAW 8 is one of the most powerful PC handhelds ever made. It's a total game changer.
Let's make it better. Hey, I'm Matt and this is Digital Jedi Gaming. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take your MSI CLAW 8 to the next level. We're going to upgrade the hard drive, we're going to give it a unique flair, and we're going to protect it all. Let's get to it.
Alrighty, so we're here at the workbench. We have the CLAW here. We've got a couple different things we're going to do. First thing we're going to do is we're going to upgrade the hard drive. So what we did initially is we took a 2 terabyte Silicon Power Gen 4 2230 SSD. We stuck it in this case here, plugged it up to the original CLAW, and we use an app called Macrium Reflect to clone the drive. All right, I'll show you a little bit of footage of that. And then once that's done, next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take the drive out. You need a screwdriver. This is the number 1. Pop that off there. Take that out. Take that drive out. I'm gonna put that right there. Well, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pop the drive in. So to pop the drive in, you're gonna need a Phillips. You're gonna need a number 1 bit on a Phillips screwdriver. Somewhere to put the screws when you take them out. You know, someplace to protect something to protect the device itself. I like to use microfiber towels. I'll show you what I do. So throw one there. Throw one here. Flip it over. I don't think it matters. They're all the same size screw. I like to pay attention to what screw came out of what location. Oh, before we... So next thing you want to do is either want to take a pick tool, plastic razor blade, whatever you prefer. This shell is one of the easiest ones I've come across to take off. So right behind the left trigger, pop it in, pop it out, and that's it. Pretty much the whole shell comes out. There's that screw, pop it there. If you're concerned about it, you can kind of run along the back there. Boom, she's done. So take the shell, put it over here. Take the shell, put it over here. So you can see you have your SSD right there. 2230 is 1 screw holding it in. And if you look, you can get to it, right? But what happens is below this, there's some thermal padding and it's tacky, right? So it's gonna hold the SSD down. So you won't be able to pry it up. So you're actually gonna have to pull the battery out in order to do that. So best bet, you know, just unplug the battery, right? And then there's 4 screws. There's one here, one on the outside here, one on the outside there. Then you can pop the battery right out, put it right here. Now you have full access to the internals and stuff, and you got the screw right there, which will pop out the hard drive. Screw that bad boy. Put that right there. Like you pull it up, pull it out. There's that thermal pattern I told you was a little tacky. That'll come right off. This is a 1 terabyte coax here. See that? I'm gonna take the thermal padding, pop it right back down there. Or you can put it on the drive, doesn't matter really. So pop it in, and this is as you can see, Silicon Power Gen 4 M.2 2230 2 terabyte. I don't know if you can see that real well, but there she is. Pop that in, down, get your screw. Screw that in. Don't over tighten it. Go, you know, when you screw these down, rule of thumb of the stuff, it's all screwing into plastic, it's delicate. Screw it, right? As soon as you get to the point where you feel resistance, go a quarter of a turn more. Don't do anything else. Don't crank down on it because you're just going to destroy something, you know. But a lot of times the plastics that these things screw into are delicate. If you over tighten it, the plastic will crack on the other side or you could damage something. So always rule of thumb, go to your field resistance and then go a quarter turn more, okay? So pop the battery back in. You can do it a couple different ways. You can plug the power cord in, or you can screw the battery down and then plug the power cord in. I find it a little easier to plug the power cord in before I screw the batteries down. So now will be the point where you put the shell back on. We're not gonna put the shell back on yet. I wanna show you something. So when you are, if you plan on doing anything with the sandstone plates, this is a great time now to go ahead and pop them off. So that, see the way they go on? If you look at them, they got a little lip there. It kind of grabs over and then on the inside they fall in. So this is a great opportunity now to just kind of pull them there. I don't know if you're picking up, and they just pop right off, right? So you see how they kind of slide in there? So this is a great opportunity to do that. You can do it without it, don't get me wrong. I mean, you could totally do without it, but you're gonna stick a pick tool in here and kind of wedge it in and stuff like that. This is a little bit easier and a little bit less, I don't know what the word is, a little bit less stress or anxiety, or I don't know what the word we're looking for there. But so again, just kind of go to the edge there, just pop it, comes right off. Again, you can do this without it, but I find it easier that way. So now we'll pop the shell back on. Make sure she snaps. We're gonna do our 6 screw. All right, so just plug the power cord in. Wait till we see that little light pop on. Takes a few seconds. Once that light pops on, hold on power. Rock and rolling, fellas. Fingerprint. All right, put my pin in. Super secret pin 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't tell anybody. So we are in. New hard drives in. Let's take a look and see how much space we got. All right, let's go to my PC. You can see there 1.8 terabyte. Perfect. And you know, it's a 2 terabyte, but you only see 1.8 because you have the recovery drive and stuff which are hidden. So that is what we were looking for. So we're going to shut her down now. All right, so the next thing, so if you watched my other video, you know that I said that I don't think they're ugly or anything like that. I'm just not a fan of the sandstone. So I was kind of thinking about what we could do to kind of give it a little bit of pop and, you know, maybe make it something a little bit unique. So they don't, I love vinyl skins. I haven't seen any vinyl skins for the MSI CLAW 8AI Plus. So we're gonna make some of our own, okay? Which I thought was a really cool idea. So, and I'll leave links in the bottom of the video just to show you everything I use. So I went on Amazon. Everything came from Amazon. This is made by a company called Vivid. This is automotive grade vinyl wrap. Very easy to work with. This is the dry wrap, so you don't need liquid or soapy water or anything like that. It works by just applying it and, you know, a little bit of heat. So you need some of this. Right? Before you get started, you always want to clean them. So you're gonna need terrycloth towel. Microfiber towel. Something to clean it with. I like to use rubbing alcohol. This is 91% rubbing alcohol. You're gonna need something to cut the vinyl with. There's a little tool that cuts it real simple without you having to hurt yourself. It's designed specifically for that. It comes in a kit. It comes with this cutting piece. It comes with a squeegee, a vinyl squeegee with a little bit of a felt on it and some rounded corners so you can kind of tuck stuff in. It also comes with a razor blade. I am not a fan of the razor blade it comes with. I like to use X-Acto blades. So I got an X-Acto knife. And sometimes you got to tuck some stuff under. So I'm back to the plastic razor blade, or you can use a spudger tool or pick tool or something like that. So, and one of the more important tools you're going to need is a heat gun, right? Your standard heat gun, anyone will do. You can use a blow dryer if you like. It just takes a little bit longer. So what happens with that is that with this vinyl, sometimes when you're going around a corner, and you'll see whenever like we're going around these edges in here and stuff, you take the heat gun to it and it makes it a little bit more pliable so that you can wrap it and it looks a little bit neater. Also in the end, you want to take the heat gun to it because it'll kind of level out any wrinkles, right? And whenever you're messing with a heat gun, especially if it's with your hands, always recommend a good pair of work gloves, because they're going to be, otherwise you're going to burn your hand. So first things first, you need to clean the plastic or the material that it's made of. So you can do it a couple different ways. You can spray it down, you can spray the rag. In this instance, it's not going to really matter to us, so I'm just going to spray this down with alcohol, right? And what you're really trying to do is just get any kind of debris, get any oils. Your hands release natural oil, so you get all that off of there. Just wipe it down real good, make sure it's dry. And the other thing with the alcohol too is it doesn't leave any residue behind, and it dries real fast. If you're using soap and water, then you gotta wipe it down and make sure it dries real good, real thoroughly and stuff. Otherwise, it could be potentially give you have an issue. Next thing you want to do, take your vinyl wrap, take your first piece, and take a vinyl wrap, roll out your vinyl wrap big enough to cover your piece, right? So you don't want to do it right to the edge. You want to give yourself a little bit of room to play with. So kind of figure maybe a ½ inch bigger than what you need, and just give yourself some playroom, because you're going to stretch, you're going to bend it, you're going to do all kinds of stuff with it, right? Just kind of right there. That's where I'm going to go, and I'm going to go a little bit bigger, so right about here. Take this out of the way. This tool. See that? Up right here. Give you a nice cut there. See? Bigger than both there. Give yourself some room, especially when you got like weird. See how this corner is kind of rounded, and it rounds around here and rounds this way. So you want to give yourself a lot of room to play, because you're going to have to heat that up to kind of bend it around it. So give yourself plenty of room on top. We can always cut the excess off, right? Same thing down here. So you figure about halfway. So cut this bad boy here too. Put that aside there and there. All right, so one more time. I'm gonna wipe it down. Then what I like to do is get it in place. So I'll peel the backing off. Lay that down. Take your piece that you're gonna do. So top, bottom, put it right smack dab in the middle. Give enough space, enough room on both sides. Stick the flattest part you can down, right? And you can do a couple different things. Compress it. Start doing that. You can do it like that, and then kind of work your way out. Another thing you can do is you can heat up your heat gun. Heat gun there. No. As soon as you take it to the heat gun, it becomes a soft one. As soon as you see that, see how soft it is? Got a wrinkle there. Lay it back out. Apply a little heat. Instead of using your finger, you can use the spudger tool and just kind of use it to kind of get into some spots and kind of work all that. See, there's an air. See that? There's an air bubble right there. You're gonna kind of hold it over the heat and kind of work that air bubble. There's other tricks you can do later on. See how we're doing that? I'm gonna adjust the camera, bear with me. All right, so I'm gonna take this here. See that? There's a couple small creases in there. So if you take the heat to it, push on them, you can actually get rid of the creases pretty easily. Okay, back on. Low heat. Take it. Stretch it. Put it back down. Gone. Okay. Nice, right? You want to save the edges for last, because if you need to, you know, rework an edge because you were working out a crease or an air bubble somewhere else, then it's a hassle, right? So save the edges for last. All right, so that looks really good. So what we need to do now is I'm gonna cut the edges off, and then we'll kind of tuck everything under, and then we'll finish up this part. Find your defined edge there. Just kind of trim along that. There's going to be clips on the other side here, so you're going to have to kind of go around them. We'll run into them. Like, there's one. There's another one. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up the edges. Actually, before we heat up the edges, let's get this center part here. So let's heat this bad boy up. Kind of tuck this around here. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this and cut the center out. Okay. Now we can heat it up and kind of push the air bubbles out. Okay. So got all the air bubbles out. There's a tiny one right there. Hold on. Boom, done. Okay, so now I just cut out the center one. There we go. All right, so now it's just the edges. Edges are easy, right? So you see how they all look kind of raggedy? Just heat them up, press them down and over. Anything that's too much, that's in the way of the clip or anything like that, then we could just shave it right off. Once this thing cools down, it becomes stiffer, and it will actually grab on the adhesive will set, so to speak. Remember how I was saying earlier, if you had too much, so see how there's too much there? Real simple. So just kind of get it where you want and just shave off the excess. That's it, real simple. All right, we're in the home stretch on this bad boy. All right, so once we're done, I'm gonna heat up the edges one more time. Okay. Kind of set them all. Last edge here. Bam. All right, so we're all done. Came out pretty nice. You look real hard. There's some imperfections, but it's not noticeable. And we're gonna put a case over the perimeter and the edges so you won't see it. But I mean, really good. I'm really happy with it. So let's pop it on the claw and let's take a look. I almost call it an ally. Alrighty. There we go. Bam, look at the difference. I mean, it's a different texture first off, and the red carbon fiber just looks so freaking good with this device. I mean, I absolutely love this. This is dope, super dope. All right, so next up is let's put a screen protector on her, huh? So let's see. What we got? That's the back. So. All right. Yeah. You see that? It's just a hair. I mean, it's not. It's covering the whole screen, but if you can see there's a bezel there. It's not covering the bezel. That's okay. I'm more concerned about it physically protecting the screen on this bad guy. So okay. So we know that that's the backing, right? So this is the side that goes down. So what I like to do is line it up exactly where I want. Protector's applied. There. Next. Case. I got these all off of Amazon. Now, I saw pretty much the exact same stuff as on AliExpress for like 10 bucks, when these were like 18 bucks. The screen protector I think was like 15 bucks, and then the case was like 18 bucks on Amazon. And I think they were each like $10 on Ally. So you know, I'll leave you a link for what I got off of Amazon. Nice, very similar to the back of the existing one, but you know, so, and this just pops right in. Oops, top first maybe. Take a look. Another cool thing about this case, protects it. Also, if you decide to do the vinyl wrap yourself and the edges don't come out great, case covers them up. Can't even tell, right? So. Got a little kickstand in the back there, which I don't ever use, but it's got one. Feels good. Doesn't really add anything girth-wise with the ergonomics. Still access everything really good. Last but not least, got these on Amazon again, but AliExpress, 10 or 12 bucks. This is not bad for this price. Got a little stand on it. See that? Or a little stand if you want to sit in the stand there, or if you want to just use it. Fits in there with the boot on there. There. Oh. Fit your power brick in here. Actually, you know what? Look, no, not quite. There. Oh, and there's enough room to fit the power brick in here too. This is not, dude, this is bad. I mean, bad good, but this is pretty awesome. Look at that. Not bad at all. There you go. Yeah, man. Hey, man. This is a great project. I have fun doing this. I'd say she is ready to travel. We're going on vacation soon, and I'm going to take her with me, I think, and I'm going to do some serious gaming. What are you playing right now? Tell me in the comments what I should play. I mean, we got a long drive, and then we're going to spend a couple days on the beach, and I need some ideas of games to play. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. I really appreciate it. As always, take it easy and keep gaming.